Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching us the concept of Python operators. In case you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, and comment. Okay, let's dive into the tutorial. What are Python operators? Basically, Python operators are generally used to perform operations on values and variables. When I refer to values such as 3, values such as integers or floats. For example, when you perform an addition, let's say you're adding two numbers together, you're actually performing an operation, and which is addition, or you're subtracting two numbers, or you dividing two numbers. All these are arithmetic operations that can be performed using Python. So there are two terms that are commonly used, which are operators and operands. Operators are unique symbols which are used to perform arithmetic operations or logical operations. Arithmetic operations include addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, while logical operations involves the use of and or all these conditional operations. While operand is the value on which the operator is being applied. Okay, there are different types of operators. We have the arithmetic operator, we have the comparison operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, assignment operator, and identity. Let me show us some examples of these operators and how they work. For example, if you have, uh, let me use a comment. Let's say we have a variable a, which is assigned to 15, and b, which has a value of 4. I can actually print, let's say addition to be equal to a plus b. I save it and I run the program, which is Python operators .py. Then it gives us the addition of these two values, which is 19. Okay, from here, let's move to subtraction. You can type print subtraction. Then I subtract a from b. Then I save it. Then I run the program again. You can clear screen. Then you just run it again. Then this is subtraction. So the value here is 11, which shows that the value b was subtracted from a. So we can also move to division. So instead of typing, I can just copy and paste it just to save time. So I have division. So a divided by b. So save it and clear screen. So that's the value for division. Then you can also have multiplication. So for multiplication, you have multiplication. You have a multiply by b. You can also have this. Clear the screen. So multiplication is 60. So if you If you observe it, you notice that we've been able to perform four different operations with this value a and b. Okay, let's also check out modulus and exponential operator. So modulus simply means remainder. Modulus. So after dividing two numbers, whatever remainder you have left is referred to as the modulus, and the operator for modulus is this percentage. So that means after dividing a by b, whatever remainder you have left is the modulus. So let's execute this. So the remainder after dividing 15 by 4 is 3. So let's also check out exponential operator. So exponential simply means raised to power. So if you have a, and the sign for exponential is this, so that means 15 raised to power 4. So let's see the value of that. My screen, and this is the value for exponential. Okay, from here let's move to comparison operators. So for comparison operators, we'll still be using the same variables. Comparison operators. So we have different types. We have the less than, we have the greater than, greater or equal to. So let's start with greater than. So it's just to actually compare two variables, or compare variables to know if the comparison gives a true value or a false value. So if you say um, print, let's say greater than, greater than. So you want to check if A is greater than B. If A is greater than B. So let me run this. If it's true, it's going to bring true. If it's false, it's going to bring false. So let's check. And the answer here is true. Let me format it better. Save. Then clear screen. Save it. And if A is greater than B, which is true, because 15 is greater than 4. Now let's try it. If A is less than B is less than B. So let's clear screen and let's run it, and the answer is false. So let's check if A is greater or equal to B. Greater or equal to B. Is greater or equal to B. So let's is greater or equal to b. Clear screen. Greater or equal to b is showing us is equal to true. Let's also check if a is less or equal to b. Less or equal to b or equal to b. Save it. Say it's false. So if you look at this, say a is less or equal to b. 15 is actually less than b. At the same time, 15 is not equal to b. So with both condition shows that it's false. Yeah, but if you look at the this particular one, it's saying that if a is greater or equal to b, a is actually greater than b, which is true, but a is not equal to b. So, but because of this condition, we have two conditions here, and one of it is true. That's why the value from here is true. So when we get to logical operations, I will explain to you better so that you have the understanding of truth table, the reason why this is true and the reason why this one is false. Okay, we also have equal to. If you want to compare two variables together, if a is equal to b is equal to b. So if you notice, I'm using two equal signs. So this is how to compare. If a is equal to b, if I make use of the normal equal to, that means I'm assigning the value of b to a, which is not what I want to do. So since I want to compare the two values, if they are equal, I'll make use of this double equal sign. So you save it and you run to be sure if it's true or false. But it's false because a is not equal to b, because 15 is not equal to 14. So at the same time I can also check if a is not equal to b. And in Python, not is we use exclamation mark to represent a not. So meaning a is not equal to a is not equal to b. So let's check if that's true or false, which is true. A is not equal to b. So these are these are the basic comparison operators used in Python. Okay, let's move to logical operators. Logical operators involve the use of and, or, and not. In a situation where you have um, two or more conditions that you want to compare and to know if it's true or false. For example, look at this example here. We want to know if our value a is greater than a 8, and at the same time value b is less than 2. Definitely a greater than 8 is true because 15 is greater than 8, but 4 4 is not less than 2. That means that's false. But we have and condition there, which is joining the two conditions. We have and operator rather joining the two conditions together. So let's check if this is true or false. So the answer is false. Okay, why is it false? When you look at this particular condition, I will explain it with the use of a truth table. Let's also look at this second example before I explain with the truth table. So this second example is saying A is greater than 8 or B is less than 2. So 8 is greater than A is greater than 8 is true, but B is not less than 2 because B is actually greater than 2. But with this or operator in between them, let's see what the result is going to be. So let's run it again. This is given true. So I will explain this using the truth table. The truth table simply gives us a concept that if we have, for example, two conditions, let's say A and B, and the first one is false and the second one is false, if you are using an AND operator, let's say AND in form of multiplication and OR in form of addition. So let's say we have 0 multiplied by 0, you get a 0. 0 multiplied by 1, you get 0. 1 multiplied by 0, you get 0. 1 multiplied by 1, you get 1. Simply is saying that if you have two conditions and the first one is false and the second one is false, and you have an AND operator joining the two of them, the final result will still be false. If you have one condition which is false and the other one is true, if AND condition is joining the two, the result will still be false. The same way, if you have true and true condition, the final answer will still be true. So let's come to OR, which is, let's see, it's form of addition. If we have 0 plus 0, we still get 0. 0 plus 1, we still get 1. 1 plus 1, you still get 1. It's simply saying that if you have two conditions, one is false and the other one is false, and we have an OR operator joining the two, you still have a false as a result. The same way, if you have um, uh, a condition true, another one is false, and all operator is joining them, we still have a true. So bringing the same idea to this particular condition here. If you see from here, the first condition here is true because 15, A is greater than 8, while the second condition is false, in which B is not less than 2. With this and uh, operator in between them, you see that this falls in this category. This one is true, while this is false. This is true, this is true, and this is false. And operator is saying that this with this and operator, the result will still be false. That's why we have false here. So coming to the second example, the first condition is true, but with all operator in between. So you see that the first condition here is true, while the second one is false, but with all operator is saying that the result will be true. That's why we have true here. This truth table is 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 a basic standard that helps us to understand conditional statements. Okay, the last operator we'll be dealing with will be the not operator. The not operator. So let's say, for example, I have x to be equal to true. So that's the value assigned to it. If you notice this true, it's capital letter T. If you write small letter t, then you'll be wrong. This particular true must be capital letter T. Let's say I print x. X is, let's say, then I want to print the value of x. So with this, I run the program. I say the value of x is true. So I can actually negate it because not operator is used to negate the initial value of a particular variable. So if it's true, if you use not operator, it will turn it to false. and if it's false, if you use true, if you use not operator, it will turn it to true. So I can now apply not to it and say x is equal to not x, and print again. So by the time I'm printing again, let me just copy and paste. Just copy and paste. So by the time I'm printing again, the value of x will have changed to false. So let me run the program again. X here has turned to false because of this particular operator. Thank you for watching up to this point. Everything we have discussed, try to practice from your own end. And if you have any problem at all, let me know through your comment. And at the same time, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.